Don't lose sight of your documents. That's the motto of our next guest here at Fuji Xerox DocuWorld, whose funky glasses here adorn their stand, and Albert Leong's here to talk to us a little bit more about it. What do you mean, don't lose sight of your documents? We keep them all in filing cabinets. Isn't that enough?
Well, if you have a piece of paper or document, it's probably the safest way to keep your information, but it's also the easiest way to lose them as well, because everything is in a piece of paper. So what we do is actually we have customers to transform this piece of paper into an electronic format and go through the entire workflow end-to-end that you can access by your own employees, your partners, your customers, and at the end, safely post it into your ERP system.
What would be an example?
Well, for example, a customer order. Any company actually process customer order. And when a customer actually sends you a piece of purchase order, normally it comes in the form of fax or paper or email attachment. And that's what we do by actually automatically capture this form of paper, and then we transform it into an electronic format and go through an electronic workflow. Then your customer support department staff can actually access this information, validate the information, and then post it to your ERP system.
But if you're using Fuji Xerox, don't you have that benefit already? Why do we need your product?
Well, I mean, what happened is actually Fuji Xerox have a very good solution, but in terms of the total integrated viewpoint, now, in order to achieve that so-called workflow, you probably need to have a scanning solution. You probably need to have a fax solution to accept the fax paper. You probably need to have a workflow solution and archiving solution, and of course like the integration solution to the ERP. So there are many solutions. So what Esker do is actually we provide everything under one package, and we also offer it as a cloud, which means that customers do not have to necessarily buy the software or invest upfront in the hardware, and they just use it as a so-called pay-per-use principle.
Do you foresee the day that we won't use paper at all, that we'll just use web forms to place orders and electronic invoices rather than printed ones?
Absolutely. It's like electric cars. Everybody believes that is here to to stay, but it will take time. Because like there are cultural issues in the countries, there are so-called like accounting policies and government regulations, but everybody is moving towards the same direction. That is paperless.
Right. Is that good for you or bad for business?
Absolutely good for us, because we actually process all kinds of paperless environment as well. It's like a fax order is actually a paperless, because you don't have to necessarily print it out. Just like an email attachment, it's actually paperless. You don't have to print it out. So for us, it's actually natural progression, and a lot of customers like us because we actually help them on both the paper and the paperless process as well.
All right, very interesting, Albert Leong. Thanks for explaining it to us from Esker here at DocuWorld 2012, Fuji Xerox's biannual event to get businesses up to speed with the latest in sunglasses and other information technology.
Thank you.